everybody, welcome to another video with Primary Forest School. Today I've come out to the woods and I'm going to show you about how to use a flint and steel firelighter. Before we do that, it's really important to make sure that you're in a woods where you can be and it's okay to perhaps light a fire or use a flint and steel. You could ask the landowner, or as we just come out to a really quiet spot. And if you look at the ground now, can you see the ground there? Natural leaf litter habitat. What we're going to do is going to clear a space. So what I'm saying is that we're not going to leave any trace at all of our presence here. So what we're going to do is clear a nice patch on the woodland floor like that. And all we're going to do today is just light some cotton wool. So I'm not going to build a fire, but there we are. Still going to clear a spot like that. And what I have here is some cotton wool pads. Cotton wool balls are better, they're much easier to use. But at the moment there's three components to fire. One of them is oxygen. You need oxygen in this to make it light. So to get the oxygen into that, what I've got to do is tease it apart like this. So I'm going to break it open and just tease it open the best I can. It's not so easy with these things, but it's all I did have to hand. If this floor was wet here, it's fairly damp there when I put my hand there, so I will just grab a couple of dry sticks from my pile here and just put them on the ground like that. If I was going to light a fire, I'd make my halo of clear ground quite a lot larger than that. So there we are, I've got a little raft there. If I was going to build a fire today, I would do the same thing. I'm going to tease this open now. You don't need very much, just enough to do a little practice with. And we'll go into actually lighting a proper fire in later weeks. Where's my flint and steel? Okay, so flint and steel firelighter. Now this one, these are fairly cheap. They're about £10. This is called from an internet company. This one's really good. They cost about a tenner. If you spend any less than that, you might well get something that doesn't work very well or could break. So I'd say spend that sort of money. Now, this is the steel part. It's got magnesium in it. That's the reactive element in there. So it isn't just any old piece of steel. And this is your flint. And you hold your striker at 45 degrees to the steel like that. And you're going to strike it away from your body. Like that. You get a nice big spark, which is fantastic. And that is sufficient to light our cotton wool. So I was talking about the three elements to light fire. You need cotton wool, which is your fuel in this case. You also need oxygen, which you've just created by fluffing up our cotton wool, so there's air in the cotton wool. And this is our ignition source, the three things that you need to light a fire. So I'm going to show you. We're going to strike into the cotton wool here and light a fire. There we go. First time. Children love doing this. They spend ages striking away. I gave my son one of these once for Christmas, and pretty much by New Year he'd worn it out. But you do get thousands of strikes in these, and they last a very long time. So good investment. And why you carry these in the woods rather than a lighter or a box of matches is that if this is to get wet, it really doesn't matter. You can just dry it off on your clothing and it will continue to light. Whereas a box of matches or a lighter would be useless if it got wet. So there we are, done. So you can see there my piece of cotton wool is now extinguished. I've got a water bottle with me just for safety, but there's no way I'm going to cause a fire here in the woods just with a piece of cotton wool like that. And my raft has also made it so that the leaf litter doesn't catch if it was a dry day, so there's a raft. So I'm going to take away the raft, make sure that's fully out, damp that out there. There you are. It's there's no heat left there at all now. That's totally gone out. And it's always really important, everybody, to make sure that you replace your leaf litter back here like that to leave absolutely no trace of your activity, leaving the woods as you found it. There we are. That's how to use a flint and steel to light cotton wool.